Hi there, I'm Mike. What I have for you today is a very special episode. No, we're not going to talk about any serious issues, except for whatever this is behind me. I guess the serious issue I'm going to talk about is I've been here for a month and I still haven't fully set up my toy room and I feel awful, but I've been very busy. Getting married is a lot of work. I got sick. It was an awful illness. It just would not leave me for like 2 weeks. It felt awful. But I'm back again. And I have a very special episode because when I moved out, I packed up all of my Star Wars figures in their boxes. And I know I've said this a couple times on my channel, but I have essentially a complete Star Wars The Black Series collection. So I figured while I put them out, I might as well show them to you, but like on a one-by-one basis. Sort of a checklist of sorts, if you will. I've got my windows open, I'm feeling great. So let's go through some toys. Now I'm gonna start with Phase 1. Now Phase 1 lasted for about a year and a half. I believe it started sometime late, like September-ish of 2013, and then it went into about mid-2014 or so before, so actually not even a year now that I think about it. It was a thing from 2013 to 2014, but I don't think it actually made it a year before they went into Phase 2. This is the original 13 figures released in the Star Wars Black Series line. I'm gonna go through them kind of one by one, give you my thoughts on them. Let's get going with Phase 1, Wave 1, number 1. And that's this. This is Luke Skywalker, and it just says number 1, Luke Skywalker. No anything else, but it is his X-Wing. Now I do want to talk about the package here. So the original package was mostly this kind of see-through plastic material with a tray inside. We had a drawing at the top. We still do that, but now I believe it's kind of on the side and there's like a big one on the bottom. We got Star Wars The Black Series at the top here. You can see you got this orange line kind of running down the sides, both on the back and on the inside there. And then on the back it gives like a little blurb here. Luke Skywalker uses the power of the Force and his piloting skills to destroy the Death Star. And then there's like a little quote from the movie. It'll be just like Beggar's Canyon back home. There's not a lot to the packaging here. I remember seeing this at Target. This is the very first Black Series figure I ever picked up with my hands, although I ended up not buying it. I was trying to be an adult and not buy toys. You can see that it didn't go very well. Now I'm not gonna put a lot of all of this talking into every figure, so it's not gonna be super long, hopefully. But I do wanna just kind of show off the packaging style, and then I'll give my thoughts on the figure-ish, I guess. And this is a good one, although it's a weird first choice for a Luke Skywalker. Not Farm Boy Luke, not, you know, any of the iconic Luke Skywalkers. We get his, specifically a New Hope X-Wing pilot gear. Now he does come with a removable helmet, which is neat. He comes with a blaster and he comes with a lightsaber. The lightsaber and the blade can come off. The lightsaber itself can hook onto his belt. But the one thing I would say it's missing is like a holster for the blaster. There's no place to put the blaster if he doesn't have it in his hand. I think he comes with pretty much everything he needs to. Lightsaber, blaster, helmet. He's a good figure. He's a pretty good figure. But it's kind of a weird choice for the first Luke Skywalker in my opinion. But that's going to be kind of a common theme you'll find. Moving on to number 2, and I promise this won't take as long, except for this one might. This is number 2 is Darth Maul. Now this Wave 1 very early Black Series thing, this set the bar high for Black Series. The face sculpt of Darth Maul is great. He comes with 2 heads. One normal with horns, but then he comes with an alternate head that is also his entire cape. So it's not just a cape you put on, it's an entire head with the cape kind of glued on that goes over, and that's how he comes packaged in here, is it comes with the cape. He also comes with his binoculars that he uses, on Tatooine. And then he comes with his lightsaber. Lightsaber can split apart, the blades can come off. So you've got a lot of options for posing him. And that's, these early figures, they just did a really good job of coming kind of what I would consider complete. I really can't think of anything else he could have come with that he didn't. Here we have essentially kind of a definitive Darth Maul that gives us both his looks from the one movie that he was in. I guess with the exception of Solo, but that's, I guess spoiler alert if you haven't watched that by now, it's really on you. Moving right along to number 3, we have a Sandtrooper. Now again, this is a weird choice. The first 3 figures in this wave, we've got a random Luke, we've got Darth Maul from episode 1, which is, fine, because Darth Maul is a great character. And then we have a Sandtrooper, not even a Stormtrooper, not a vanilla, plain, run-of-the-mill Stormtrooper. We have a Sandtrooper. And he is, I believe, an officer. He's got his orange pauldron here. He comes with 3 guns. He comes with a rifle. He comes with like the big kind of cannon, and then he comes with a normal Stormtrooper blaster. He comes with a backpack. He's got a great weathering job. Like, this comes with a lot of stuff, and maybe that's why they chose this to be the first one instead of a regular Stormtrooper, because he comes with more stuff, and they just kind of wanted to pump up the line right away. But, you know, he's weird. It was an interesting choice, to say the least, but still, he came with pretty much everything you really need. So that's good. Again, a great showing from Hasbro here. And the fourth one, number 4 in the entire wave. This is all kind of the first wave of figures. This one's R2-D2. Now, I know this guy, I don't know if he still does, but it commanded a pretty high price on the secondary market. I got mine, and I actually got most of this first wave, with the exception of Darth Maul, who I bought in store. That was my very first figure that I bought, and I bought it because I was like, oh man, you gotta have Darth Maul. But the other 3 from the first wave, I bought on Amazon. I bought them like half price, because in 2013, actually 2014, early 2014, around February, nobody was buying these figures. It was the only wave that had really been out at that point, and like nobody really cared, I feel like. And this is another thing, this R2 right here, this comes with not just R2 from one movie. This comes with stuff to make it R2 from any movie. We have the rockets that could go on the sides to give him, you know, his prequel rocket jetpack things that he used, that he never used in the original trilogy. He comes with a periscope, he comes with a little sensor, and then just to throw things off, he comes with Luke Skywalker's Return of the Jedi lightsaber that you could put. He comes with so many things to make him an R2 from the prequels, R2 from Return of the Jedi, R2 from Empire Strikes Back, R2 from A New Hope. You know, you could just be R2. The only thing he's really missing is maybe a restraining bolt that you could put on to make him a real, like, A New Hope R2, but like, you know, that's nitpicking. Now, I do feel a little weird paying $20 for something this big, but he comes with just so much stuff, I didn't really feel bad about it, I guess. Now, that was the entirety of Wave 1 of Phase 1. A weird kind of hodgepodge selection of figures. They had 6 movies to choose from at that point, and they wanted a little representation from everything, I think. We had A New Hope, Luke Skywalker, we had R2, which kind of spanned the gamut. We had a Sandtrooper, and maybe a little more interesting than a regular Stormtrooper, and then we had Darth Maul from the prequels. An interesting and very eclectic first wave. So, what did the second wave bring? Let's take a look. Speaking as a figure, I think this is one of the most underrated figures in the entire line. This is Greedo, by the way. I didn't say that, but it's number 7. His painting, his sculpting, everything looks fantastic. He's got a holster for his gun. He's got his gun. And this is the first figure in a line where I'm like, well, that's all he comes with. But, you know, when I rack my brain, I honestly can't think of anything else he should have come with. I kind of gave it a pass because I guess that makes sense. But he is a fantastic looking figure. Even to this day, one of the best sculpts from the entire line. I think. I really do. Now, I got this. I picked this up at Target. I remember seeing this on the shelf and thinking, yes, please. Didn't even think about not buying it. It was right there. All the other figures from the wave are right there, but, you know, you gotta have the Fett. You gotta have the Fett. So, Boba Fett. This is a good Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. He's not Return of the Jedi. He doesn't have his little belt pouch things, but he comes with his gun that slips into a holster. Comes with his regular blaster rifle. He comes with his backpack. He's got a great weathering thing. The only thing that I think they really have improved now that they didn't have on back then is the helmet. The newer helmets of like Mandalorians and stuff, their viewfinders come down, and this didn't. It shows its age a little bit. I also feel like he's a little over sculpted and he's hard to pose properly. His pouch is getting in the way, things like that. But, you know, just sitting on a shelf, he looks great. Anyway, moving right along to maybe one of the worst figures from the entire line. This is... Oh man, I'm going out of order here. My bad. I'm not gonna re-edit this. This is number 5. This is Princess Leia. This should have come first, then Boba Fett. I had this and Greedo switched. It doesn't matter. This is Princess Leia. Her likeness is... For being early Black Series, I guess her face is okay. I mean, they tried with the accessories. They really did. She comes with 2 different sticks, I guess. Like a pike and then whatever the other thing is. I don't like her. I just don't. There's a lot of controversy around this figure. It had its slave outfit instead of Jabba's prisoner, like it said on the earlier like Power of the Force 2 cards and stuff like that. If it said Jabba's prisoner, I don't think it would have been a big deal. But it says slave outfit, and I know that ruffled a bunch of feathers here. I've got her because I have a complete collection, and that's about all I can say about it. It's easily still one of my least favorite figures in the entire line. Alright, then number 8. The last figure from Wave 2 of Phase 1 is Han Solo. This is one of those other figures. This is a definitive figure. This is a New Hope Han Solo. This right here, man, this Han Solo, he comes with 2 different belts. two different yeah, this is also 2, I guess, but 2. He comes with his gun belt. He comes with the Stormtrooper belt. He comes with alternate hands. His regular hands and then glove-wearing hands. Then he comes with 2 different guns. He comes with his regular Han Solo blaster pistol, the DL-44. Then he comes with the actual Stormtrooper gun as well. So you can have, you know, hanging out next to the Falcon, ready to take off. You can have him just in the cantina looking like a scoundrel, or you can have him running down the corridor of the Death Star. He pretty much, other than being in the Stormtrooper outfit, this is a Han Solo that runs pretty much the entire A New Hope movie, and that's fantastic. This is kind of a trend that Hasbro had in the early waves that I really, really miss. I feel like they did a great job in these early waves with accessories. Moving on into wave 3 of phase 1, we've got just the vanilla Stormtrooper. This is good. This was a good release. He looks great. He comes with 2 weapons. He comes with his regular blaster. He's got a little holster to fit the gun into. He's got a blaster rifle here, so it's a good figure. And you need a Stormtrooper just to, you know, be a bad guy. It's weird that we had to wait till wave 3 to get just a generic Stormtrooper, but at this point in the line, we don't have a lot of bad guys. I know this one was a little hard to find because a lot of people, you know, they want to buy multiple. It's a Stormtrooper. He's kind of a fodder figure. Another figure I kind of hated on, but eventually grew to like, but I've got big issues with this. This is number 10, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Specifically, this is from episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And he's okay. His face sculpt is not great. I mean, he's kind of boring looking, but the biggest problem here, he just comes with his lightsaber. That's it. The biggest thing that he's missing here is a Jedi robe. He's a Jedi. He wears his robe all the time, with the exception of the end of the movie when he's fighting Anakin. Other than that, he's pretty much always in his robe. I don't know why they didn't make a robe for him, and it really hurts this figure a lot. And for some reason, they re-released this figure in phase 2 that I'll get to that. Wave 3 only had 3 figures, and the last figure in that wave, at least 3 new figures, the rest were repacks. But we have Bespin Luke Skywalker. Now this was a figure I was looking forward to the most. Empire Strikes Back again, but this is also the first time we've got a repeat character in the series. He comes with 2 things, so he's a little light on accessories. Now those 2 things are necessary. He's got his blaster, and that does peg into his holster, which is important. And it comes with his lightsaber. The lightsaber blade does come off, and it does hook onto the peg on his belt. But I feel like he could have come with more. The way the line has worked so far is they've done a figure that comes with anything that can make him in any scene from the movie. From here, he could have come with like a face mask and that weird arm thing. His hand could be removable. It's not. I'm pretty sure it's not. At least I'm scared to try to remove it. I've tried, and maybe if I try hard enough, it'll come right out, but it's not easily removable, so let's say that. His likeness is okay. It's maybe a little bit better than the original X-Wing likeness, but it's still not fantastic. But I do like it. It's a good figure. I feel like when we sat down, we could brainstorm a bunch of other things that he could have come with other than his lightsaber and his blaster. You know, there are only 2 figures left in this. So the first one is number 12, and this goes directly with the Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is Anakin Skywalker from episode 3. He comes with 2 different heads, and this is cool. I feel like not enough figures come with multiple heads, and I love that he came with 2 different heads. He comes with his normal kind of Anakin Skywalker face. Then he comes with like his like mad kind of Mustafar face. It even has, does it have, I think it has the yellow Sith eyes. It's hard to tell in here. I'm pretty sure it has the yellow Sith eyes. And he comes with his lightsaber, but again, he should have come with a black robe. There's no reason he should not have come with his black Jedi robe. If he had come with that, it would have been perfect, I think. And I never saw this in stores. The only reason I have this and the next figure is I ordered them off of HasbroToyShop.com. Mine has 2 left feet on his feet. They're the same. They're the same foot on both sides. It's annoying. You're just looking at it, you'd never tell, but mine has a little bit of a hard time standing up because of that. And I know, so it bugs me. If you contact Hasbro saying like, hey, the one you sent me is bad, they don't necessarily send you the same figure. They'll say, oh yeah, just ship it back and we'll send you something like it. And I'm like, well, I want that same figure. They're like, well, we can't promise that we'll send that to you if we don't have any more. I mean, I'd rather keep this one and know I have the one rather than send you this one back and then get something I already have or something I don't care about, So it's stupid. Hasbro, your return replacement policies are dumb. At least they were back in 2014. I just wish it was a little better. It's just missing that Jedi robe. Now lastly, figure number 13 in phase 1 of the Star Wars Black Series line. Number 14, Clone Trooper. Now, this is just a generic kind of vanilla clone trooper. He comes with 2 weapons, which is fine. It's the blaster and the blaster rifle, blaster pistol. Well, it's not a pistol, but he comes with 2 different blasters. So you can have kind of both looks going on. You notice I said number 14, not number 13. That's because they announced that Chewbacca was coming out in this wave, and it was going to be a 3-figure wave just like the last one, and then he didn't. He just didn't, and they delayed him into phase 2. So we'll get to Chewbacca later, but that's why there is a gap in between the numbering between 12 and 14. There's no 13. Chewbacca is not 13. Clone Trooper, prequel. We had just the last couple figures from here. We've got all prequel characters, and that's fun. Although these are episode 2 figures, and we've got 2 episode 3 figures. It's a weird choice to make a phase 1 clone trooper instead of a phase 2 clone trooper to go along with the Anakin and Obi-Wan that we got. It just on the shelf, it doesn't make much sense. And these were hard to find in the store, I think, because by this time they had already announced, oh hey, phase 2's coming out, we're changing the look of the packaging and all this stuff. Stores weren't really stocking these anymore, and everything was on clearance because they were getting rid of it, waiting for phase 2 to come in time for Christmas. And I think people weren't really buying these. I think still at this point, these still weren't as popular, definitely not as popular as they are now. You could tell by the end here, we're getting figures that don't have as much thought put into them. They don't have as many accessories that go with them, but they're still, they're still good. I still like this figure. It's just weird when you go back and you look at figures like R2 and Han Solo and Darth Maul, where they come with so many different accessories, and then you get a figure like this or Greedo or Obi-Wan, where they just come with, the one thing, and it's just like, why? You couldn't think of more stuff to come with? I don't want to critique it too much because it's going to get worse before it gets better, but that's it. That's the end of the checklist here. But full disclosure, I am missing one thing that was released technically in phase 1, and that's the San Diego Comic-Con Boba Fett with Han Solo and Carbonite. Now, I didn't get that, mostly because San Diego Comic-Con is awful. Getting exclusives from it is awful. It's really not any different from the Boba Fett that we got in the line. So I got a Boba Fett. The only difference is it comes in different packaging and it comes with the Han Solo. The Boba Fett is the same. So I felt like I could use that to justify not getting the convention exclusives, and you'll notice that as I go through the series, I have very few convention exclusives, yet I still say that I have a complete collection because I still have those figures, because they released all those figures in the regular line. While it's not complete, it is like I've got that figure represented. So I feel like personally that's okay. I'm not a mint in box completionist, I'm just a figure completionist. And if they're out of the box, you really can't tell the difference. So that's it. Let me know down in the downstairs area what you thought of it. Is this something, are you waiting for the next video in this series now? Do you want me to get back to reviews? Let me know, comments below. I'm having fun talking about this. It's kind of a fun trip down memory lane, and I'm looking forward to getting these figures, back up on my shelf. That's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting this far. Like, share, subscribe, all that normal YouTube stuff that people say at the end of YouTube videos. There are a couple of ways that you can support my channel down in the downstairs area. If you want to, it'd be nice, but whatever, it's fine. And that's it. Thanks for getting this far. I'll see you later. Bye.